what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you, and this is in response to one of my recent brake videos and something I ran into when using this Milwaukee impact. Now this is the 3/8 drive impact wrench. Model number there is a 275420. Pretty happy with it. I thought everything was doing fine. Of course, I've got this big guy, the high torque 1/2" drive. I use this all the time. I can't believe I went so long without having it. Now this guy, the 3/8 guy, I got it because it was lighter and it's shorter, so I can get behind wheel wells, take off caliper bolts and whatnot. Well, sure enough, in a recent video, you saw that it would not take off a caliper bolt. Let's see if this will fit in here again. This is a 17 millimeter. That's a bummer. I wasn't able to break it free. I was just using a 17 millimeter short socket. Didn't do it. I thought, okay, maybe it's just not strong enough and I need to get the next one up. This is the 2960-20. It's also a 3/8 drive. It's a different design. It's got these 3 lights on the front. I think it looks cool. It's almost exact length. I do have a boot for it. Here's the boot. The 49-16-2960, and let's get that on here real quick. Now while I'm putting this on, I'll tell you why I got this and what I just recently discovered, and then I'll show you a quick little comparison why I think that this thing didn't take off that caliper bolt, because I'd seen other videos of people using the smaller one here taking off lug nuts, and I thought, man, if it's not going to take off a caliper bolt, and so I tried it on lug nuts and it didn't work. But I'll show you why. The reason I buy these boots is I do slide these around on the ground quite a bit, and they would be really scratched up if I didn't have these. These boots are expensive, but oh well. So is the tool, so might as well protect it, I figured. If you're gonna spend the money on the tool, just spend the extra on the boot. There we go. So boot's on, and even with the boot on, it's about the same length or height. That's the measurement I was concerned with, and when I saw that it was close to the same and a lot stronger, this has a 600 foot-pound breakaway. So I thought for sure, great, that'll work. Now I do have just the 2.0 battery on here. For the comparison, I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to use the same 5.0 battery. These are not the high output batteries, but that's all I got. I will show you though, that one's fully charged. There's that one. Now I made the assumption that all of these Milwaukee impact wrenches had the same settings, the same 4 settings. This is the 2767, the 1/2" high torque that I've had, and I've been using this for quite a while. So I assumed that these settings were the same for each of these as well. Come to find out that they're not, and that was my mistake when using this. Is I assumed that these 1, 2, 3, and 4 were identical. So on this impact wrench, this high setting is bolt removal mode. Basically, you can put that on, and it delivers the highest amount of torque until it breaks the bolt loose, and then it slows it down. Okay, so I assumed that these 4 were doing the same thing. And so when I was trying to take off, for example, some caliper bolts the other day, I set it on here on bolt removal mode, or so I thought, and it wouldn't take them off. So come to find out, and you can see the direction here on this, on the 1/2" impact. The little arrow is actually showing counterclockwise, as if you were removing a bolt. This one shows clockwise, and I just never really paid attention or noticed that. But when you have it on this setting, or setting 4 on this impact, what it's doing is it's just preventing you from over torquing, and so it will stop torquing after it detects more than 1 second of impact, and then this will shut itself down, or it'll stop. So it does go low, medium, and high, and the high setting on here is 210 foot-pounds. But when you're breaking away a caliper bolt, for example, or a lug nut, you would want it on setting 3, not this setting here. That does not deliver the highest amount of torque, and I learned that the hard way. I mean, I ended up buying this tool because this guy wasn't doing that, and come to find out now it actually will. At least it'll break loose much more than I thought. I'll show you here. It still wouldn't take off a caliper bolt here on my truck that I just tested, but it is able to take off and remove lug nuts. I'll show you that here in a little bit. Now this icon is completely different on this version here, the 2960 impact. This is again the 3/8 drive. I'm real happy that I got this, but I didn't necessarily quite need it. Had I known this was as strong as it was on setting 3, I might have just stuck it out with this. If you don't have either of these 3/8 impacts, it's a no-brainer. I would get the new one. The newer version here, the lighting is way better, and then this one here, just the single LED. This is not as narrow here up front, so maybe a little bit harder to get into some spots where this is kind of tapered down. But the power on this one is just unmatched. I mean, it's 600 foot-pounds. And I'll tell you, with this 4th setting, this does both. So this is, on setting 4, it's the highest torque, bolt removal mode, they call it. As soon as that spins free, it'll actually slow itself down. And it's also preventing you from over-torquing. So it will also, it'll run the nut down, and then it'll shut off, or it'll stop, so you're not gonna over torque. I think it says it applies no more than 35 foot-pounds. When tightening that down, that's when it will sense that it's tight and release. I'm happy with this guy. I'm glad I got it, but I bought it because I was using this one on the wrong setting. So don't make the same mistake I did. If you have this, you probably already know. Maybe I'm the only idiot that didn't realize that. But I'm still glad I have it, and I'm still going to plan on using both of these. But the strength on this is just so much greater than this guy here. When you've got a stubborn bolt or something that's been on there for a while or has some Loctite on it, this will definitely take it off with no problem. But I'm going to cut and show you just a little bit of footage I shot yesterday of taking off some lug nuts and a couple caliper bolts as well. All right, here with the 275420, let's give it a try. So, didn't work. Simple lug nuts. That should have taken it off. Now, that's why I bought this guy right here. Same setting number 4. And this has got 600 foot-pounds breakaway torque. I know it would take these off no problem. And then we can just snug those back down. So again, you can imagine why I was frustrated. I thought this was rated at 210 foot-pounds, and I thought it would have no problem taking off something like this. And I've seen videos and seen other guys do that. If I shift to 3, watch what happens. Put it on there. Takes it off no problem. No problem at all. Yep. All right, now I'm going to switch back to this guy here. This is on setting 2. Still takes them off, no problem. That is a strong tool. Setting number 4 here. So yeah, that snugs it down, and then as soon as it senses impact, it shuts itself down. All right, now we're going to shift to another vehicle. This is the XLT 350 Ford Transit. Now these are torqued to 150 foot-pounds. All right, so I know this guy here, the 2960, is going to take these off no problem. I believe these are torqued correctly. I'm going to pull them off here first, and then we'll retorque them. We got this set on setting 4. No problem. Let's snug them back down. So I like that feature. I like the feature number 4 setting when you're tightening, that as soon as it senses an impact, that it shuts itself down. But now I've got this set to 150. Now we're going to try the smaller 2754, or the earlier, rated at 210 foot-pounds. Again, this is what I had it on. Again, I've seen videos of guys pulling lug nuts off that are torqued this tight, and so I was very frustrated that I couldn't take off a caliper bolt. So here we go. This is on setting 4. Nothing. Try this one. Watch what happens if I shift it to 3. 150 foot-pound torque here. Takes it off. Pretty awesome. Snug these back down. Just another quick test here on the caliper. This is the front caliper bolt here on my Toyota Tundra, and this is torqued at 91 foot-pounds. As you can see on setting 4, it doesn't take it off. We'll switch that to 3. No luck. Let's see if the 2960 can break it loose right here. It's on setting 4. I do like the light. It's way better on this one. No problem. You know, if you're looking to get one of these, I would definitely just get the stronger one. Let's get this torqued again. All right, that's on setting 4. Setting 3. See if that'll work. All right, that actually did work that time. So again, that setting 3, that's the ticket on that tool. Now on the other tool here, again, we can just look how much better that light is though. Get it snugged down, it'll click itself off, and looks like I need to use that same deep socket to tighten that. All right, let's head back up top. I'm happy on one hand that this is a lot more powerful than I was giving it credit for the other day. It's all comes down to the setting that you have it on. So I'll just use this on 3 when taking off lug nuts or caliper bolts. I am impressed that it can even take off lug nuts. You have to admit it's nice, it's lighter. Usually when I use this, I use this smaller 2.0 battery. It just makes it so much lighter and easier to handle than this guy here. But now this is my newest addition, as you know. I think I'll really use this quite a bit too. It's definitely heavier than the 2754, the 2960, but definitely comparable in size. You know, it's not like this is way bigger, but you know, the front of it, of course, is larger there, but 3 times the torque setting, so of course you're going to expect that to be a bigger setup. So again, this was my first one, the 1/2 inch. It's one of those tools that you just, you know, I've shown it in lots of other videos, and I even did a review on this boot here too. It's one of those tools that you can't believe you went so long without. Then I ended up getting this. I've got a few of the impact ratchets too that I love, but this one I just thought, you know, it's just so nice just to be able to. It's small, but got a lot more power than those ratchets. And then this guy, again, the lightweight compared to the big gun is going to be great for working underneath, you know, doing suspension and certain things like that where you got to break loose some stubborn nuts and bolts. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly post that video after showing that this didn't work, you know, and I even said I was kind of bummed, just as a quick follow-up, just so that you guys know that it does do caliper bolts, it'll do lug nuts, no problem. I may end up at some point getting the high output batteries, or, you know, who knows, maybe Milwaukee will see this and send me some. But I will get a link in the description where you can pick up all of these as well. And I appreciate you watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll definitely be posting some more tool review videos, and you'll see these in a lot of my other videos as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.